it's really nice to hear the song in mono.
Do you think posthumously we'll get like modern songs like sans auto-tune?
Oh, that would be a very good comp.
Or whatever.
Raw would be a really cool designation.
Unplugged.
My brain. Okay.
Can't unhear it.
This is a show about the 500 albums that Rolling Stone says are the best, and we're gonna talk about them ad nauseum. This is a show about the 500 albums that Rolling Stone says are the best, and we're gonna talk about them ad nauseum. This is a show about the 500 albums that Rolling Stone says are the best, and we're gonna talk about them ad nauseum. This is a show about the 500 albums that Rolling Stone says are the best, and we're gonna talk about them ad nauseum.
What are we doing, my friend?
We're introducing the podcast.
Let's do it.
Welcome to the Backwards Beats podcast. I'm Carl Carter Fansteel.
And I am Dan Woodard.
And we're taking this very seriously and starting on time tonight.
That is correct, because it is 10:28 p.m.
Quite.
Mountain Standard Time.
Yeah, exactly right. In that case, it would be 8:28, right? Is it Mountain 2?
Mountain's 2 hours off, yeah.
Sick. How do you know that?
I lived in the mountains.
He's a mountain man.
Yes. After watching, what's that Robert Redford movie? Jeremiah Johnson.
Okay.
I decided I wanted to live in Colorado, which I did for about 5 years.
That's fantastic. The only thing about Robert Redford I really know is there was that show Blacklist, which was horribly good and annoying simultaneously.
Yes.
It was like, this is so fascinating. But by like season 4, once again, you're like, okay, what's your connection to Lizzie? I'm very tired of you.
Yeah, and I still have watched some of the seasons after she left the show.
Oh, I didn't even know that was a thing. That's how bored I got of it.
Yeah, there's like, I think 3 or 4 seasons after. I don't even know, because it's like...
This is like how Dexter died. It's like media greed will fish a show timeline out so hard, you just can't finish a thing.
I started watching Dexter Resurrection because I had access to it.
Yeah, I saw it. I mean, I saw the media for it. I did not actually.
And they try to fix like the final season.
You can't do it, guys.
Episode. You can't.
You can't do this in post. I know, I'm a recording guy, and I always lie and say we can do it in post.
And usually you can't.
Almost always you can't.
Right.
I mean, I can fix our breath or a commercial thing in post here.
Yeah.
You can't fix a storyline or a bad decision that you did, like, egg people on for one more season of a show. God, have some media integrity. Write a story, put it out, and call it a day. Nice piece of media I saw recently.
What is that?
A Gentleman in Moscow. We own the book. Both read it. Very long book. The media, perfect. Story starts. Story goes on. Story ends. Done. Fantastic.
That sounds awesome. You know what story we should be talking about today, my friend?
Ooh, which one?
We should be talking about the Surrealistic Pillow.
I love that. I also like the album art. I never talk about album art.
No, not often. So Surrealistic Pillow by Jefferson Airplane, which is the 471st greatest album of all times, as according to
Rolling Stones magazine.
Rolling Stone magazine, yes.
Is it Stone?
It's Stone.
Stones is the band.
Yes.
Stone is the publication.
Yes. And I am happy with the fact that if you listen to our theme song, you can hear that's me who sounded like a pirate at the end of that.
Stone.
Well, I'm actually saying Stones, but I was so in the moment. I'm fine with the mistake, but it's Rolling Stone magazine.
Okay, well, there's a flubber.
Yeah, like a Rolling Stone.
It's fine.
Was the impetus.
Well, it was released in 1967.
That is correct.
And it's 11 songs long. Or short, one might.
Yeah.
One might argue. Yeah. Though you'll see 15 true on the Spotify album, plus add 2 mono retakes, so 17 all in.
Yeah. So to decode what Carl just said, the original release in 1967 has 11 songs. 2003 there is a re-release that included 4 more songs, and then I'm not sure what these other songs are from.
They duct taped Somebody to Love and White Rabbit, both in their mono single versions at the very end, the 2 most popular songs.
Yeah.
So you end up with 17 on the Spotify if you're a Spotify listener.
Mm-hmm.
You end up with a couple of extra songs, 1, 2, 3, 4, which are the In the Morning,
Mm-hmm.
JPP MC Step B Blues,
Mm-hmm.
Go to Her, and Come Back Baby.
Yeah.
3 of those covers are other songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good songs that we will not be talking about in this episode.
Indeed, because they're not proper to our terms. Yeah. However, you should listen to them. And I will say, listening to the mono cuts on 16 and 17 of both White Rabbit and Somebody to Love, I am a fan of one and not a fan of one.
Yes, that is a correct sentiment.
Which one did you like more as a mono cut?
I liked White Rabbit more as a mono cut.
I liked White Rabbit more as a mono cut as well.
Yeah.
It's more clear.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody to Love is a fantastic song in its entirety as it sits on the album.
Mm-hmm.
But, that's on to you. Cool. So anyway, you end up with this fairly short album at 11 songs that's absolutely action-packed.
It is. And, to give a little bit of history on the band, they were formed in San Francisco in 1965.
Where's San Francisco?
San Francisco is the west coast of the United States.
I think I've been there.
Yeah. And kind of there's a whole idea of this like San Francisco sound, and they were definitely a part of that San Francisco sound. Yeah, sort of. This is East Coast, West Coast before there were
the hip hop battles.
Yeah. And it wasn't that they were battling. It's just like you had a bit more of a looser, hippie, psychedelic vibe on the West Coast, where you had like Simon and Garfunkel on the East Coast.
Indeed. Yeah. Cold winters.
Right.
Make for morose writing.
Yeah.
No, but there was. I mean, if you look at, there's a great documentary on the Valley, or not documentary, but what would you call that? You're very good on video media.
Mm-hmm.
What would you call like a timepiece? Is it just called a timepiece where you're kind of looking at all of the groups in one time? So like Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, The Byrds, Mamas and the Papas,
an expose.
There you go.
Yeah, and I think that's
so they did this big piece, and they had Jacob Dylan, so Bob Dylan's kid, the guy from the Wallflowers.
Yep.
Beck.
Mm-hmm.
Who else? I want to say maybe like Feist or somebody, but there was a nice piece where there was a bunch of newer artists giving respect to that age, and they're doing a ton of interviews, and they're pulling in all sorts of characters from that era.
Yeah.
I feel like this sits kindly in the slight aftermath of that.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And yeah, definitive California sound.
Yeah. So we can sort of walk through. God, we could do an entire episode just on Jefferson Airplane.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Jefferson Starship.
Mm-hmm.
Starship.
Mm-hmm.
And other derivatives that come out of that. I don't think we're going to have time to, because this album is so action packed, but notice that there's a commonality between Jefferson Airplane, Jefferson Starship, which was an offshoot of Jefferson Airplane,
which did quite well,
as did the offshoot of Jefferson Starship called Starship.
Yeah. Do you think Jefferson Starship makes the top 500?
Ooh, I don't know.
I don't think Starship does. I think Jefferson Starship has a shot due to 1 or 2 popular songs.
Yeah.
But I think I'm not. We'll put it this way. Would you put Jefferson Starship's anything? I mean, anything like any other work against the album we're listening to today?
No.
Neither would I.
No.
So maybe not.
Yeah. And even Starship, even though they had some, big hits, it still doesn't compare. Because when Starship had their hits, it was just it fit within the zeitgeist of the time. It was not really its own.
Was Starship full out 80s?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. We Built the City was their big hit.
That's the one I knew.
Yeah. They have another one that's not coming to my head, but maybe I'll remember it at some point.
All right, fair enough.
So by 1966, we had a classic, we'll say the classic lineup, which is, Marty Balin, lead vocals and percussion, Grace Slick, who
Formerly known as
Grace Wing. Yes, that's her maiden name. She married Jerry Slick. I think Slick's an upgrade.
Yeah.
And I think it actually really defines a lot about kind of how she comes across.
Oh, absolutely.
Musically. By luck,
Otherwise, I'd choose Grace Nuclear. Grace Big Balls.
Yeah. That's fair. And then we have Yarma Karkoen, who's the lead guitar. Also branched off to, there's a lot of like branches and things with Jefferson Airplane. One band, Hot Tuna, which I wanted to mention appropriately.
Not recommended to eat before a gig.
Or yes, right. Who actually still perform to this day. Hot Tuna does.
Sashimi never dies.
Sashimi never dies, but sometimes the consumer has a bad day. Paul Cantoner, rhythm guitar and vocals. Jack Cassidy on the bass and fuzz bass.
Ooh, I love fuzz bass.
Yeah, there's some fuzz bass on this
My
album.
third favorite fish.
Yeah. And Spencer Dryden, banger of a drummer.
Oh, what a monster.
Yeah. And I don't think even this album covers how good of a drummer he is, but we can talk about that.
In latter times.
Yeah.
Jeffersons.
Yeah.
Where are the Jeffersons?
They're on the east side.
Moving on up. All right, cool.
They kind of blend. They get called psychedelic, and I feel like I needed to reset myself with the concept of psychedelic, because listening to this, I get some of why psychedelic comes into mind, but then I also realize when I think of psychedelic music, I'm thinking of stuff that's like full on into psychedelic, where this is the emergence, I would say, of psychedelic. The songs on this album.
Yeah, I psychedelic music as understood now that we have hindsight.
Right.
And we have a whole, like, I wouldn't say it's a very strong suit right now, but man, 15 years ago, psychedelic rock made a real reemergence.
Yeah.
Started to really hit, and you can see it's still tapped today.
Yep.
In the whisperings of what's left of like MGMT, Tame Impala, right? Like all of those were like kind of hitting on this psychedelic vibe. It pops its head up. I think what I'm interpreting you say here is you have some well-constructed songs that are still popular in the psychedelic era, the truest form of it, by the way.
Yeah.
They were actually in it. There's making psychedelic music because you heard psychedelic music, or there's just making music when you're in a psychedelic state. I think the latter.
I agree. This is not set the controls for the heart of the sun or anything like that.
No, they weren't just like, yeah, put in like the phasers now.
Yeah.
We want this to feel trippy. No, these guys were all like, this is music as we hear it right now, and we interpret it as psychedelic.
Yeah. And obviously it's not just psychedelic. They have, folk, rock and blues, some improvisational stuff. So there's a lot to it.
Sure.
Known for their harmonies.
I'd say.
They're definitely friends of some other harmonic folks, such as Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young.
Mm-hmm.
Also friends with some other folks like the Grateful Dead.
Yeah, not surprised there.
Yep. Jerry Garcia plays a role on this album. Mainly, he was credited as the musical and spiritual advisor.
I love that term for him.
And he played on a bunch of tracks on here as well. Not necessarily always credited, but I think he played on 4 or 5 songs.
There's at least 3 I can identify Garcia on with just the ear.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree. this is their second album. Their first album, Jefferson Airplane, takes off. What else are you gonna do? You know, it had some success. It had a single in there called "It's No Secret," which I'm familiar with that song. It's a pretty good song.
If it went poorly, could we call it Jefferson Airplane Crashes?
That's what you could call it. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Obviously, they're part of this whole like counterculture movement. They eventually performed at Woodstock, and we can talk about Woodstock a little bit later in here. We talked about they aligned with Grateful Dead, Quicksilver, the Charlatans, and one of the things that's interesting is we'll talk about, you know, they're kind of seen as like the defining act of like the Haight-Ashbury Summer of Love era, right? Summer of Love being 1967, just a long, hot summer.
Yep.
But there's a lot of stuff that came out of that, and this aligns with that. But then you have someone like Grace Slick. When she came into the band, she just brought this whole other aesthetic that the band didn't really know. She was like reading like Satie and bringing some of that kind of stuff into it. Like she's pretty heady. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And she brought 2 songs to this album from her previous band called Great Society. One of them is called Somebody to Love.
Okay.
And the other one is called
White Rabbit?
Yeah.
Shut up. She brought the 2 bangers.
She brought the 2 biggest bangers.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a consistency in those 2 songs though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is she owns them. Right? Like you listen to the songs, you're like, and that's just Grace crushing.
Mm-hmm.
And they're both dynamic in a sense. And Somebody to Love feels like it hammers away, but there's really 3 floors to it. And we'll talk about that during the course of the tune.
Yeah.
That's wild. I didn't know that.
Yeah. And so the album was certified platinum. And you want to talk about the album cover?
Sure. It's a fantastic little piece of art.
Yeah.
It's just 6 people kind of posing for a photo, but everybody's kind of got a thing going on.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
Well, no. I want to hear your take on it.
I didn't know I had a take, but
you said you liked it.
It's really enjoyable. You know what I like about it?
Mm-hmm.
I like the instrumentation I'm seeing because I don't hear most of these instruments in the album. I see a fiddle, a banjo. This is a flutish instrument that has a bell on it. Grace might be holding a broomstick. And then there's 2 guys who look like they're both, one's Ashton Kutcher and one's some member from Oasis turning sideways.
That is correct. And that is how the Library of Congress has identified this album. Basically, the Library of Congress put this in here, essentially saying that this is a significant recording. So it's basically, yeah, I don't know. Library of Congress is.
They look like a folk band.
Yeah.
Or like,
I think of Banjo and Sullivan.
There you go.
Do you know who that is?
No.
You ever see the movie? This is a terrible reference. Terrible reference. Do you ever see The Devil's Rejects?
No. No, but I'm familiar that movie title exists.
The Rob Zombie film?
No, I've never seen it.
So there is a
Banjo
and Sullivan is a band that's in that movie.
This looks like an Irish folk band, kind of, is how I describe the artwork. And then they have this what looks like if you were to write Pamela Anderson in tattoo font across your body name.
Yeah.
It's it's an interesting album cover, and I like it because they're so young. And they look like really driven. They kind of have like Weezer ass haircuts. She looks totally docile and nothing like the woman who sings these songs.
Right. She almost has like a Karen Carpenter look in this.
A very Carpenter look. There's like a Rivers Cuomo thing going on up front, and the rest of it literally looks like that
Rivers
70s
Cuomo.
show before it happened.
Love that. I love that. All right. So this album peaked number 3 on Billboard Top 200, 56-week chart run, which is pretty good. Somebody to Love reached number 5, White Rabbit number 8. And yeah, Library of Congress thinks it's a banger. The title apparently was inspired by Jerry Garcia's comment in his advisory role. So he just, I guess he commented that it's like a surrealistic pillow. So he,
All he had to do is like say some Garcia stuff, and they're like, "That's it. That's
Yeah.
it. Spiritual advisor."
and that's all I have to say.
Fair enough. Let's move on to the songs of this album, then we'll get back to you after the sponsor.
Yeah, you like feel it in your sacral chakra, man.
So hot.
What?
Hey, Alex, man.
Yeah?
What do you do to make your smile look so groovy, man?
Oh, hey, man. Like, wow, man. You know, it's like,
I want you inside me.
what?
I said, how do you get your smile to be so groovy, man? When I smile in the mirror, my teeth is all messed up and shit.
Yeah, man, it looks like your tongue is in jail.
Ah, so what do you use?
Like for what?
What do you use to make your smile so damn groovy, man?
Oh, yeah, man. It's like I use this sunshine acid toothpaste, man.
Sunshine acid? What in the hell is that, man?
Well, like, listen. It's like this toothpaste
Yeah, man.
laced with acid, man.
Oh, man. That sounds heavy, man.
Yeah. When I brush, my teeth float marshmallow moons down a river of cherub tears. With my llama dentist watching, my plaque turns to fireflies and drift away, and my gums start harmonizing with the universe.
Oh, wow, man. Can I try some of yours, man?
Okay, man, here you go.
Tastes like feet, man.
Hey, listen. Sunshine acid toothpaste was made by a wandering chemist hippie who lives in a van.
Wow.
Painted
I have
with
seen it.
tie-dye spirals.
turntables.
He supposedly
Ages,
harvests
man.
rainbow-hued minerals
Yeah, man.
from volcanic springs, then blended them with distilled flowering essences, then added a secret psychedelic citrus extract that made the toothpaste feel like a hallucination.
So later.
I can now commune with frogs across alternate dimensions. I send them haikus and they croak jazz standards. Sunshine acid toothpaste, man.
You know what show I don't miss on public television?
What is that?
Picket Fences.
Why not?
Because once when I was a kid, I was sitting in my house that I grew up in on the first stage of life, which was like, I guess like kindergarten to third or fourth grade.
Mhm.
And I remember sitting on these white couches in my parents' basement after dinner, and they already wanted to watch Picket Fences. And there was an episode where these kids built a potato gun and shot it at a car. And I think it like caused an accident that crippled someone.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, seeing that as like a 6-year-old made me go, I hate this show. And I'll never stop thinking about it.
That's unfortunate,
Yeah.
because what I had was a television show called The Day After, which was this made-for-TV movie about nuclear war.
Yeah, but we have potato guns.
Yeah, but about pretty much the same thing.
Except everybody was crippled.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
I actually believe that movie inspired the song "Waiting on a War" by Foo Fighters on one of their more recent albums.
Okay. That's a fun fact. Man, how many albums are Foo sitting on?
I don't know, but I'm curious. No one knows why they fired Josh Freese, but I got to see him play last night at the Nine Inch Nails concert, and that was awesome.
Hey, let's go, Josh. Well, they made all this big deal. Did you see the ad they made about bringing Josh Freese in?
Mm-hmm.
Where like they were all sitting in this studio or standing in the studio talking, and like Chad Smith walks in and he's like, "Hey, can someone move their car?" And then someone else walks in. I'm trying to remember who. Get all these marquee drummers walk through, and then finally Josh Freese has been there the whole time. Like, "Hey guys, can we go?"
Yeah.
And then 3 months later, he's gone.
Well, he did record an album with them, so it's more than that.
Yeah, but it took him that long to put the ad out.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you're like, "Oh, surprise, surprise," and then boom, bye.
I mean, he is like one of the most sought after drummers. He was in Perfect Circle, Devo, like he's been everywhere.
Everybody knew it was going to be him. Dave Grohl hid him forever, like his other relationship. Badunk cha.
Yeah.
And then the next day he's gone.
Yeah. But
I'm-
the Nine Inch Nails song album was concert was awesome.
You saw that CFG Arena in Balmer?
That's correct.
Love that for you.
Yeah.
Any openers or no?
I don't know because I showed up. It was a last minute thing for me. It wasn't planned, so I didn't look to see who opened. I showed up right when the first song started.
You didn't catch Katy Perry beforehand?
No, but
she came up just from her Vegas residency for this one.
But when I saw Nine Inch Nails in 1990, Jesus and Mary Chain was the opener.
Oh, see, you could have had Jesus Jones.
That's right.
You could have had right here, right,
Right
now. Okay.
Okay.
Let's get into this album. 11 songs. We're going to open up on a tune called She Has Funny Cars, which is a great name for a song.
Yeah. It starts off with this Bo Diddley beat.
Bo Diddley.
Yeah.
That is rock and roll.
It is rock and roll. I Want Candy, right? By the Strange Loves.
Doom, tsk-gung, ka-tung. Yeah.
Yep. Magic Bus by The Who.
Yeah. And, it's kind of like a up-tempo, really cool, anthematic, I dare say, way of opening an album.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have this repeated descending melody thing going on with all singers on board, all instruments on board, not really restraint. It's like forte. We're going in. Here's a sound.
You got the fuzz bass.
You got fuzz bass. Man, the bass playing across the album is really cool, by the way.
It
Just
is.
putting that out there.
Yeah. I've heard people say that this riff is reminiscent of Day Tripper. I suppose if I unfocus my eyes and invert the riff and like throw like a ring of salt, I don't hear it, but I've tried to hear it, but I've heard like 3 different places when I was doing some research on the album. I don't get Day Tripper at all with this.
Not on the first part. Not on the da 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 part. No.
Yeah.
And then
There is a guitar riff.
Well, no, they did
like
do
a
a
hook.
pretty hard change though. It goes to like this more like minor, like somber, chilled out thing. That too, not Day Tripper,
Yeah.
because that's straight the thing they go into.
Okay. I'm glad we're of the same mind because I'm like, I am not hearing Day Tripper.
No, they go to like this bat beat, dung cha da da da. But so it's a little swung, but it's neither of these things are Day Tripper to me. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Lesser musicians, stop commenting on the interwebs.
That could be it. It could be it.
We're cocky right now because it's almost 11 and we have opinions.
We do. Because we have a podcast, we're allowed to.
Yeah, please engage with us.
Mhm.
We also have a really cool kind of battleground being set for the album here, which is you have this sonic space and how it's going to be layered. And what I love about this entire album, and for those entering it, is listen to how the high to low end across the board is filled. It is so pleasing. Every instrument in its space. If there were going to be doubles of things, they were erased. Down to the vocal walls. The harmonies and vocals on this album, especially for 67 production, are so fantastic. Would you deal with a little more verb than you probably want? Sure. That's part of the time, guys. Get over that. And it's good reverb, by the way. These are the reverbs people pay a lot of money for tanks like this now to get their stuff sounding like this. But you have these great harmony walls. You got 2 guitar players who are playing out of the way of each other at all times, panned slightly to sometimes a little more extremely, but always apart from each other at equal volumes.
In this song, that's fine. There's a there's a place on this album where it's distracting to me, but
I'm not going to say they're
Yeah.
sterling the whole time.
yeah.
But you're getting set up for a really good sonic space on song 1 that's pretty darn consistent through this album.
Would you say this is a nice wall of sound?
I would say this is a very nice wall of flavor. Look it up if you ain't know about it.
Yeah. One of our sponsors from earlier on.
Indeed. And they're also showcasing these stacked vocals and harmonies early on,
Yeah.
and they're produced really well.
Yeah. And I really like the melodic content of those vocal harmonies, as it, I don't know, it just feels really good. Like I can't really describe it because there's this guitar line that's going along with it. So it's like a counterpoint. I don't think they are as trained as it would sound as they are, but
I see. I have an argument with that. I think there might be some training sitting around here because there's counterpoint in every single song on this album. 30-second counterpoint. Anybody want to do it, or should I?
go
Like-
ahead.
So the idea of counterpoint being as your line, think about every instrument sitting on a line, and please correct me if I fall out, Berkeley kid. Every single instrument sitting on its own line.
I'm listening to every word you say,
That's exactly right.
and I'm judging it.
I know you are. But what am I? So you end up, every instrument's kind of sitting on its own line, and you end up in counterpoint building chords throughout the melody being played between all of these. And these chords hopefully are interesting, not only support the progression, but open the progression up. You're getting that here because you have so many vocal harmonies. It's almost hard to not throw a dart and get counterpoint out of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Some people say that you can express harmony vertically by just playing a chord, or horizontally through a melody. And that's where,
exact- yeah. And so here you're hearing it because you have movement, and you could play the movement in whole chords, not just one note.
yeah.
It's really interesting. It's a really fun, high energy opening tune that actually has, it's not 2 tempos, but it feels like 2 tempos because they do a pretty dramatic change from the A section to the B section. Not only in a major to a minor thing, but also kind of there's a lot of play on feel in this album, the way the drummer plays.
Yeah.
And it's one of the most impressive things about the album for me.
Yeah. Now, I will admit to saying that Jorma Kaukonen basically studied music in college.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
And has a fantastic song in the aforementioned post 11 tracks on here
Yeah.
that, I mean, you go listen, you'll hear it.
Yeah.
All right. Great opener. Anything else?
Banger.
I mean, not as much as the next one. We scooched from 10 million listens on She Has Funny Cars, which is a funny name, to song number 2, Somebody to Love, which if you've never heard this song, you must be living under, I don't know, a Volkswagen Beetle.
Yeah.
This is 310 million listens on Spotify, which seems horridly low
It does.
for the impact of what this song has had.
Yeah. And this is not the Queen song. This is theirs.
Yeah, I mean, the Queen song is fantastic, but this is the one you actually know.
Yeah. So this is one that Grace Slick brought over from the Great Society for a previous band. Obviously it's a breakthrough hit. This somehow only reached number 5. I figured, I'm surprised.
This should be a 2-to-1-er.
Yeah.
I mean, don't you want somebody to love? Like, who doesn't know this? It's epic.
Yeah.
And it's over the English 4-beat, which is, hard pulse on the counts 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Ta-ta, ta-ta. So it's an 8th note groove. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, but the snare and the kick drum are hitting on the 1,
the chord
2,
notes.
3,
Yeah.
4. It just drives. And she's singing her ass off.
Yeah. And so vocally, she has this amazing ability where she will sing a note just clean as day and then rip into this vibrato that is almost a tremolo.
Yeah, in the sense that it locks on to the I was talking about 8th notes or 16th notes, or in her case 32nd notes.
Right.
She can lock her vibrato onto the beat. Love, like
Yes.
subdivide a beat, and it's mastery. She sounds so good.
Yeah. And then she also has this ability to, with basically create these portamentos or slides right?
Oh
Where-
yeah, it's like glissando is the
yeah,
other
yeah,
like term I'd think of, but like just moving into a note.
yeah. And she owns this because she's singing like this strong like chest voice, and she's cutting through. Maybe we're talking off
Offline.
Mike about God, who were we talking about that we sort of tied her to?
Oh, I was comparing her to Stevie Nicks.
Stevie Nicks, that's right. Where Stevie Nicks does not have that vocal power. She has her own other trick, the rasp in her
She
voice.
has her raspy thing, and she does have a vibrato, but
Yes.
she leans on it.
Mhm.
Grace has it merely in the toolbox.
Yeah, it's a weapon that she uses.
And she's not.
powerfully.
I mean, she sings like she's like a Viking. We were just watching Woodstock footage of her. She's buck 12 wet. Like,
Right.
It's really, really, really powerful. Her hair weighs more than half her torso.
Yeah. And she and they also spent time, I believe she was friends with Janis Joplin. Well, I know she's friends with Janis Joplin, and I think they all spent time together. And you can sort of see, I see some similarities. I mean, obviously Janis has a very different voice, but I see from an attitude perspective some of the same stuff.
Grace to me seems like the cleanest kit, and she's able to like borrow from blues and soul and like just kind of this torture. Like she can put that over a much cleaner palette. It's a really wholesome voice. It's incredibly impressive. It's my number one attribute that I'm drawn to in this entire album. Is I'm like, she is a singer is what I've learned the most about over my week's worth of listen.
Yeah. So when I was like 10 years old, I was not 10 years old when this came out. I wasn't even born when this came out, but I was 10 years old. I fell in love with this song and White Rabbit, which we'll talk about later. And I'm at this department store because you could go to department stores and buy albums back then. And I'm going through the Jefferson Airplane stuff.
Catalog or whatever they have.
And so this is like 1979, 1980, sometime around there. And I can't find the song. I don't know what album it's on. I don't even know what White Rabbit is called. Right? Because I think it's the Go Ask Alice song is what I think it is. So I find this other person who's like standing there who looks like he might know. I'm like, hey, do you know what that song's called? And he goes, oh, it's called White Rabbit, and tells me. So I start flipping through and I find this album, Jefferson Airplane Flight Log, which is a double album compilation. And it's got this, and it has other songs. I think there's like Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young on it. Like there's other stuff, like collaborations they did. And so I begged my mom kind of have this. And I don't know if she got it for me then or got it for me for Christmas or something like that, but I have the album, the double album. It's a great album, but I get it. And one of the songs is a live version. So it's still not even what I was
It's
looking
not the song you've heard.
Right. It's great. And I have it and I enjoy the album, but I was so confused because I think there's also some Jefferson Starship on the album. I think it's a pile of stuff. And so it took me a while before when I finally realized it's still both songs are on one album. It was just, this is the album.
Oh man.
It took many years to realize my folly.
That's the true journey of a musician, my friend.
Yeah.
You went out of your way to go find it.
Yeah.
No, I mean this song speaks for itself.
And I love Yorma's, like his guitar, I'll say it's like noodling throughout this song
Yeah.
until it becomes like this epic, I'll say psychedelic solo.
But it is.
Yeah.
It's definitive of the era.
Yeah.
This is used in documentaries and moments in time type of pieces for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
This song has the power of an era. It's just fantastic. Standalone, if you need to choose top 3 in an album, I want to be as esoteric as possible, but this has to be there because it's just that good of a song.
Yeah. This song excited me when I was 10. It excites me now, and I'm not 10 anymore.
No, and I wouldn't change it. I want the copy I listened to 7 times this week.
Yeah.
It just sounds damn good.
Awesome.
Scooting on to song number 3, Daniel, my best friend.
Another Queen title.
I know. How about that?
And Oh, I'm not sure. This might be a tie for me because I love "You're My Best Friend" by Queen.
Oh, fantastic song.
Yeah.
The world doesn't love this one as much. It's just sub 5 million listens.
They're wrong.
I agree entirely because this song slaps.
Yeah.
It's early in the game for me, my favorite song on the album.
It was their lead-off single.
Hilariously, the numbers just simply don't show it. That makes me so sad.
Yeah, this was actually written by a former band member, Skip Spence.
What are these names, man? We're just not cool anymore.
It's all like beatnik times.
Carl Fansteel. What
Right.
the hell is that?
Dan Woodard. God, you can't even. I can't even say my last name.
Dan Woodard. It's just one name. Dan Woodard.
Yeah.
I love this song so much. There's so many reasons why. I love this
Will you
song.
list the reasons for me?
May I?
Please.
I'm hogging it, but
Hog it.
you and Eric like grew up with some of this.
Mhm.
This is new to me. This song, I'd never heard this. It's so strummy and of the era, so it feels hippy dippy out of the gate, which I love. That I seek music that sounds this way, warm in the ears, warm in the soul, warm in the mind. You end up with this like really schmoozy male stylistic vocal thing going on. And then Grace does this counter melody thing that like eases you in. It's like a relief vocal is what I called it.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to talk about it.
She's credited as co-lead, but it's not really co-lead. It's more like, pinch hitter.
Yeah, it's like someone like pours alcohol on the cut and then she sticks the Band-Aid on it.
Right.
Like, and it's over and over again, and it's so wonderful. And yeah, about to say she's just a lead singer. And so is he on this.
Mhm.
She's just the better singer of the two. And she swoops in high to low,
Yeah.
and it makes for this wonderful vocal
Well,
effect.
swooping is an important word in this whole melody because you're rarely landing on a pitch. You're always transitioning between pitches. This is
Indeed.
very legato.
I love it.
You're my,
Yeah, and the whole song has this like woozy,
almost drunk feel.
precisely, and it's just comforting. It feels like the time when you talk about a best friend.
Mhm.
It's synesthetic in that sense,
Yeah.
without being color-ish.
Yeah.
But there's a feeling associated with it. I wish I had better vocabulary.
Yeah. At first, I was getting like the Beach Boys meets the Birds, but then I really come into the Mamas and the Papas.
Yeah, they did it better than both.
Mhm.
Beach Boys were great, but the precision was like the game there.
Right.
The Birds was everything but precision, but they had groove.
Yeah.
Mamas and the Papas, where you got a singer-oriented
Yeah.
version of that.
Yeah. So California Dreamin', if you don't know Mamas and the Papas.
And they would do all the leaves are brown, all the leaves are brown.
Yeah.
You're literally doing choral parts.
Yeah.
So you have that, and then they do this, straight band to swing feel change up. That's like,
Yeah.
once again, in the same time signature, a stylistic choice.
Yeah. So what Carl's talking about is the melody. There's kind of two phrases of this, two versions of this. The melody is swung, but, and then in the first chorus, the singers straighten it out. So it's
Da
ba,
da
ba,
da 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 over ta 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 ta.
Yeah.
And the second time, the whole band follows the singers.
Yeah.
And then you end up with this sudden kind of straight marching cadence, but it's still very cool.
Yeah. I mean, it's a 2 and 4, but so what we're talking about is, and actually at first I'm like, is there a metric modulation going on? And it's not. It's just swing to straight. And so I just said something that's insanely nerdy. Metric modulation is the idea of taking a pulse. Do you know the term?
I'm very familiar.
Okay, I
I've
wasn't-
been
yeah.
hanging out with you for way too long.
Okay, I wasn't. Yep. It's not. It's usually done more in jazz, but like, a good rock reference would be Achilles' Last Stand by Led Zeppelin.
That's a great reference.
And so about
Triplets over quarter note pulse is
Yeah.
the most simple way to put it.
Yeah, so about 4 minutes ish in, basically you have a 16th note that's going. So what I mean by that is, if you have a pulse, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. Those are 16th notes. And eventually those 16th notes become 16th note triplets. So if I'm doing 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a, then eventually those 16th notes stay as triplets, but the quarter note changes. So it'll sound like this. I'll do it again. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1 and a 1 and a 2 and a 2 and a 3 and a 3 and a 4 and a 4 and a. So the quarter note slows down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I thought was happening. That's not what happened. They were just going from swing to straight. So dot 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 dot, which feels like it's faster.
But it's not.
It's not.
It never changed.
Yep.
You're just counting the 8th note different.
Yep.
Or the 16th, depending on where you are.
Yeah.
And so when you do it, generally it's fairly jarring, as you heard us attempt to explain, right? Not here. Musical. Gorgeous. Almost sobering if you wanted to just be a storyteller about it.
Mm-hmm.
The whole best friends feeling woozy into like a straight moment.
Yeah.
And then back into the cloud.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic song. I think it's just a perfect piece of media. And the whole time is icing on the cake. Well, yeah, there is that kind of howdy doody, like woodblock horse trot.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah, sure. There's a wood block in this.
I'm think back to dun 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 dun,
Yep.
right from Christmas.
Yep. They must not have had a cowbell, so they just had a block of wood.
It was fantastic.
Yep.
I love it in the song. I wouldn't change the timbre at all. And every single player in this band is doing blues licks the whole time.
Yeah.
Every single person is just playing blues licks if you listen to it. Down the line, the vocalists, both guitar players.
Yeah, Grace is like riffing in the background.
Oh
which is
my
great.
gosh. It's if you end up with an EP and the whole EP is She Has Funny Cars, Somebody to Love, and My Best Friend, take that to the bank.
Banger.
It's a perfect EP.
It is good.
Let's move on. Song number 4, Today, which bumps up from My Best Friend, which was robbed at 4,700,000 listens. Today jumps up to 50 million listens.
Yeah, featuring the tambourine by Marty Balin.
Yeah, God's tambourine. Say more, Dan.
I don't like that.
There's quite a bit of it.
But apparently this is recorded this is composed by Marty and Paul, and reportedly recorded in a single take with some guitar work. Potentially this is Jerry Garcia on this one. I think I hear essence of Jerry.
There could be, yeah. I mean, the opening guitar line is haunting.
Yeah.
It's really not a conventional guitar part.
And
it's
so
a single line.
It is. And so I saw this reference that said that it was sampled by in the song They Reminisced Over You. Do you know that song?
I don't.
By Pete Rock and CL Smooth. It's also
I'm familiar with Pete Rock, though, so to find him sampling this, I'm not surprised.
Right, but that's not what they sampled. He sampled a cover of this song by Tom Scott and the California Dreamers off the album Honeysuckle Dreamers, and there's a sax part in that song that got sampled.
So hold on. This song was sampled by some guy named Tom who put a sax in it, which is not in the original, and then Pete Rock took the sax sample?
So Tom and the California Dreamers did a cover of this song.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep. And then
but they put a sax in that song.
Yep.
And that's the sample Pete Rock stole.
Yes.
So very barely related.
So when I first saw that, when I was digging in, I actually went to one of my favorite sampling sites,
Hit them.
whosample.com.
Which needs to sponsor us, sample.com.
They should. And there are actually, I didn't write them all down, but there are 8 other hip hop songs that sample this guitar part you're talking about.
Shut up.
Yeah.
The opening part.
Yeah.
Well, it's a fantastic part.
Yeah.
It's, as I said earlier, like not a conventional like part. No one's writing that part. It leaves you on a really odd tone and feeling, and there's a ton of space, and only really good singers could sing over it.
Yeah.
Thank God we have.
Really good singers. Now you said a ton of space. I I do have a question. Why do you think they put the microphone so far away from the drums?
That's part of a style thing that I think they were playing with at this time, man. So it's 67. You weren't miking every sound source per se. There was this.
But these mics, the drums are in an airplane hangar,
No,
and they're
I
on the other
agree.
side of the
No,
airplane
they're
hangar.
like 3 times the Moby Dick drums. I totally get it.
Yeah.
I don't have an answer. The drums would not be the highlight of this tune for
It's
me.
100% wet.
Oh, saturated,
Yeah.
filthy, soaking, sopping,
Yes.
murky, squishy.
Yeah.
How else can I say it?
Yeah. Yeah. I think you said it plenty of ways. You didn't say moist.
There you go. You know you have at least one friend who's like gonna unsubscribe now.
Yeah.
I know my friend who will.
Yeah.
Sorry, Kara, moist. But I love both guitar parts.
Mm-hmm.
The first one being the haunting weird part. The second one strikes me, and hear me out here. Does it feel very Stairway to Heaven-ish?
Yeah. Sure. I'll give you that. Yeah.
Like harmonic melody sitting in the middle of some chord stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's something there.
Yep.
I swear to God.
Yeah. So I do like this song. I would still choose My Best Friend over this one. So I feel like that the whatever 50 million people or listeners need to put some love over on the previous song.
I agree. There's the verb in this song, reverb that is a little distracting. Now they're using kind of what I think is 2 kinds of reverb simultaneously. I think there's a very obvious, as you've noted, a room reverb, and they're looking at when you're measuring reverb and measuring time, and these drums are far away.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of the things in the song are.
Yep.
And they're really saturated. So everything's very bleedy and washy.
Mm-hmm.
There's also a notable plate reverb in this song.
Yeah.
And plate reverb is really weird, listeners. Plate reverb is literally a massive thin sheet of metal that's set into a chamber.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally at times a room. Imagine an 8 by 12 piece of metal dangled by chains in a room where sound's fed into, and they're simply then recording the reverberations of the sound off of this metal plate,
Yeah.
the reflections, and using that to paint it. And it's distracting to have that much reverb for me.
Yeah.
I think at the time, because they were limited on effects and technology, the idea of pushing this through a piece of vinyl and whatever sound systems they had was supposed to, when you're high, make you feel trippy or ambient or like you're listening to this in the mountains.
Yeah.
This is overdone in hindsight.
But you know what's crazy with that explanation you just gave, is perfect explanation, is the amount of engineering that goes into this. Because not only are they hanging a piece of metal by chains, then eventually they are counting and timing the reflections.
Yes.
So you might see this in digital audio workspaces or DAWs, where it's like, oh, plate reverb 1.2 seconds,
1.4 milliseconds.
Right, yeah,
Or whatever
milliseconds,
it
yeah.
might be, yeah.
but they actually counted the Mississippis of the reflections and
use it to the song,
yeah.
only so that you and I could shit on it later.
Yeah. No, there's a lot that goes into it. So kudos for doing it. It just aesthetically doesn't land with me that well, but
Me either. But
it's not a bad song.
no, not by any length. And some will find pleasure in this. I bet of this 50 million listens, a lot of this is people who had a really nice trip in their time to this, whether inebriated or not, reflecting, no pun intended, on it.
Yeah.
Anything else on that one?
I just feel like you're always going to be.
Coming Back to Me, song number 5. I see I'm starting to pick up on your setups.
Yeah.
I'm picking up what you're putting down. 10 million listens, 5 minutes and 15 seconds of a chunk of a song here.
Yeah, it might be 3 minutes too long, in my opinion, but
I agree.
apparently this was written in a single burst creative burst by Balin after consuming just weed in this particular case.
Just weed.
That was sent to him by blues musician Paul Butterfield. The band recorded it immediately with basically anyone he could find. And I keep hearing, I saw a lot of like descriptions about this being mind bending and meandering, but
They got the meandering part right.
yeah. And this is covered by Ricky Lee Jones and featured in, do you know what this is featured in?
Not Without My Flummox 2.
Ace Ventura Pet Detective.
Shut up. I was close.
You're close. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Guano. That's the guano one, right?
Yeah. There's a mono mix of this, which I actually prefer more.
Okay, I believe that. The funny part is I never sat around and listened to mono mixes anything until we started doing this. And because of the age of a lot of the albums we're listening to, we're offered mono mixes all the time on these albums. Often I prefer the mono mix. I understand why people put them on because they're real effing all these effects into our ears to try and cut through back then. It's really nice to hear the song in mono.
Do you think posthumously we'll get like modern songs like sans autotune?
Oh, that would be
Mix?
That would be a very good comp.
Or whatever. you know,
no, Raw would
Yeah.
be a really cool designation.
unplugged. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we had Unplugged in the 90s.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it would have to be something more like, come with a cool word for sans effects.
Yeah, because actually not crapping on autotune in this case, but when stereo came to be, it became like the trick. Like autotune is the current like trick that's going on. And so you get lots of crazy hard panning and cross panning and all that sort of stuff.
Autotune, yes. I'd also argue quantization is like massive too.
Screw that.
Yeah. Well, the quantizing time has really screwed us up as listeners.
Yeah.
Because now when things aren't on the grid, we get really upset. We're like, oh, it's sloppy. And it's like, no.
It's
Like,
human.
that's
Yeah.
perfect's not perfect. That's
Yeah.
not good music. And so,
Unless it's Space Pants.
I have a space pants.
Sorry.
Look at myself, man. We're watching that during the break. I have to watch it. But I am making an argument right here. I will make the stand that one of the reasons that trap is still not dead and is a staying genre in hip hop is because of how swung out it is, because of the Dilla factor. And though even the swung out trap on Digi is technically still on the grid,
Yep.
it doesn't feel like it sometimes. And when you pair it with a vocal performance, you don't see people rhythmically tuning
Right.
rappers. You don't see it.
No.
I mean, if someone's real bad, you can slide into place, but you don't see there's a swagger to it. And I think that's the word swagger, that we're coming back. We're embracing imperfection there. We just had to kind of crest.
Yeah. And it's funny because there's a band that both of us like, Sungazer, and when they do swing, but they're self-quantized swing. Well, they play to a click, but when they do, like normally when you do a swing rhythm, it's usually a triplet. So it's 1, a 2, a 3.
Not
they'll
them.
do a quintuplet swing or a septuplet swing where they're basically like, they hit the beat 1 and they hit the fourth of the quintuplet and thing like that. But their drummer's so like,
If you think you're a good musician, go ahead, pause this podcast, look up Drunk by Sungazer and go try and count it.
yeah.
Just do it. Just do it.
And now it's a human playing that.
Without tricks.
Yeah.
No tricks. That's a person, they came up, not just Sean, the drummer. The band came up with this cadence to show you how much control they have over time. And you'll go, I have all the faith in music.
Yeah. And we've literally watched him do it live. So
While we were drunk. It was a great time.
it's a great time.
All right. That puts us through on coming back to me. The question is do you want to, do you have one more thing to say?
I just want to say one thing about, Grace Slick's recorder performance on this. It's like there's a guitar and a song happening.
I didn't know that was her.
And then there's a recorder happening at the same time. It's an accompaniment
Okay.
But it's also just like, oh, I guess she's also playing the recorder while this person's recording their song, which explains why it was like recorded immediately in one burst. So basically, as Balin is like recording the song, Grace is like, she's just improvising this recorder part along with him, which is why it sounds like there's somebody noodling on the recorder in the background.
Because there literally is.
Yeah, that's what's happening.
That's fine. I'm into it. I mean, look, overall, the song is pretty and delicate, and it kind of blossoms.
Hmm.
I like the tune.
Yeah, and he has this picking pattern. Sometimes it's basically a 6 sort of pattern, but every once in a while it's like a 1 2 3, a 1 2 3, 1 2 1 2 3. That kind of goes in that.
You get that, like, More Than a Feeling has that too.
Yeah.
You know, in their section in between, the major parts of the song.
Yeah.
And yeah, it drives the song. It's every time you play on the 3-pole, so you get somewhere.
Yeah.
It's a pretty song. I like it on the front side of this album specifically.
Yeah.
My question to you, because we didn't pre-plan on this, do you want to break here, or do you want to go through 3/5 of a mile in 10 seconds and then take the break?
I think we can take a break here.
Yeah, I agree. I think 3/5 is a great way to start it off.
Mhm.
Okay, after a word from our sponsors, we'll be right back.
Hey, you know what? Back at Woodstock, I was the one clearing out the crappers. I used buckets, hoses, bare hands when it came down to it. You know, hippies dropping brown acid in the stalls. And trust me, you know what? That brown part weren't just the acid. You ever peel a man's headband out of a pit of human soup? That smell ain't nothing like napalm in the morning, but it's close. So yeah, embalming, easy work. My fluid recipe, I siphon the bottom juice from the porta-john barrels. That stuff's stronger than formaldehyde and it's got a kick. One whiff and you'll see God, or Richie Havens. You know, families don't come to me for grandma or sweet little Aunt June. They come to me for the weird conspiracy uncle who reeks of Hennessy and ruined every frickin' holiday. The one who'd lean across the table, breath hot with booze, talking lizard people while the turkey dried out. And when he finally chokes on the wishbone, the family ain't mourning. They're celebrating. They say, "Hey Hank, give him the Woodstock treatment. Pump him full of your joyous boy butter and peace-key. Then you can lay him out in a coffin that glows like a blacklight poster in a basement full of roaches." My service is called the Tie-Dye Funeral Home. I guess you can figure out what it is. End of ad.
So, how fast do you like to drive normally?
I'm an underdriver now. I used to be a fast guy,
Mm-hmm.
which is hilarious because all my first cars were total shit boxes. So they couldn't go fast and I drive them too hard.
What was your first car?
My first car was, oh man, this is going to give away so many internet passwords. A 91 Ford Escort.
Ooh, see, I had a 1978 Chevy Monte Carlo with a 305 engine in it. That thing was a beast.
Did you choose that? Like you
I
were
did.
I need this car.
So my first car almost was a hearse. So I'm driving down this road and I see a hearse for sale, and I don't have my license yet. I'm like, we have to buy this car or whatever. And basically when I finally looked into it, the car had already been sold, but I'm like, that'd be so awesome. Like lugging drums to own a hearse. But then ended up finding this 78 Monte Carlo. It's like, it's not quite the training day car, but it's almost that car.
I love that you just referenced that.
Yeah.
I just saw a training day reference or an ad thing the other day. God, I gotta watch that again. Fantastic film.
King Kong's got nothing on me. So you're a slower driver.
I am.
Have
Not
you ever-
hearse slow.
No. Have you ever driven 216 miles an hour?
I've never driven 216 miles per hour.
Because that's how fast you'd be driving if you drove 3/5 of a mile in 10 seconds.
Hey! This is why we do math. I love that. Well drawn, sir. Speaking of which, we do have a local artist here in Maryland who drives a hearse.
Really?
His name's Scribe, Skribe. You seen him? So shout out to Scribe. Check his stuff out. But we were playing at the same venue one day, and I think my duo was on before him, and he rolled up and all the gear coming out of a hearse. And I was like, okay,
Yeah.
that's pretty tight.
Yeah.
All right, 3/5 of a mile in 10 seconds, otherwise known as 216 miles per hour.
Yeah.
That's fantastic, Daniel. Very specific song title and incredibly underserved on Spotify at less than 3 million listens.
Yeah. And so I already knew this song because I've watched a lot of Woodstock like film. And so I knew this song from that.
When we watched it together, you were like, Carl, we have to watch this before this whole episode starts.
Mm-hmm.
It was fantastic.
Because it's almost 216 miles an hour, their tempo.
It's definitely BPM.
Yeah.
It cooks.
Yeah.
Oh my God, were they playing?
They're-
What's the drummer's name?
Spencer Dryden.
Wow, he opens up on the Woodstock footage.
Mhm.
I mean, so he opens this one up with a pretty good drum fill.
Yeah.
The drum fills in live recording at a not great time to record
Mm-hmm.
were fantastic. I mean, the drumming, like rudimentary almost. The time on it was fantastic.
Yeah. And he's got all this swagger. And he's wearing a cowboy hat and this awesome mustache. And
So good. Yeah, he's doing it, man.
Yeah.
He's living the life. If I looked at that, I was like, oh, I want to be him.
yeah. And I was, and I loved this song from the beginning before I even heard this. I didn't hear this version of this song maybe till this podcast, but because I knew the Woodstock stuff, but I loved like the idea of, I mean, this is definitely a sort of a drugged theme song, but do away with people blowing my mind, do away with people wasting my precious time. Hallelujah, brother. Take me to a simple place where I can easily see my face.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely a call for less calamity here.
Yeah.
Good on the messaging too, by the way. There's been some fantastic lyrics throughout the course of this, and I do feel like I skip over a lot of them, but here it's clear as day.
Yeah.
Because you do have this like kind of gnarly English for it has the same energy as someone to love. Like, don't you want somebody to love? It still has this like trucking, straightforward, powerful messaging going on, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's a blues.
Well, it has the Sesame Street riff.
Dun,
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 dun.
dun, dun,
No,
dun.
the dun, 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 dun.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
I believe I called that riff the what is it? Dun 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 dun. There's a million of them, but you
Dun,
take
dun, 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 dun.
yeah, that's one of them.
Come on.
Well,
What's the
that'd be
song?
Mercy, Mercy, Mercy.
There you go.
Would
Yeah.
be the one you're thinking of.
Yes.
You could say Just Enough for the City, Stevie Wonder.
Yep.
You could say it has and later we'll get a riff too that's reminiscent of like the Law and Order. Dun, 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 dun.
Yes.
It has that same feel.
I have Law and Order in my notes.
Good,
Later.
I'm so glad.
Yep.
We'll get there. The other thing about this tune is there's this wall of harmony that is just outstanding and so signature of the band. I find it offensive there are so few listens on Spotify.
Yeah. It's so good. And actually there's also, you talked about the guitar playing. In this one, there's these cool guitar hooks that are played like an octave apart, left and right ear, that just
Two
like,
different players too.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
these are not doubles per se. They're parted out.
Yep.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
This album, a quick note, across the board, I listened in the Subaru, I listened on the on Alexa speaker, just like a mono in the corner thing. I listened on the AirBuds, and I've listened on my studio monitors. It's a good listen across the board.
I like how you use the article, the. Yeah, like the Walmart. I went to the Walmart.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
The Carl listened that
Yes.
way. And it's a pretty enjoyable listen across the board, which is rare,
Yeah, especially for the time.
especially for the Subaru.
Yeah.
My stock Subaru has shit speakers.
Yeah.
It wasn't until you got your Subaru with like the good Bose system that sounded good.
Yeah, and I'll say the tambourine in this is much better than previously.
Finally, tame.
Yeah.
That's infectious of a lot of the stuff we've heard, though. How many tambourine complaints do we have?
Well, I actually have one from last night with 9 Inch Nails.
Oh no, what
Yeah.
happened?
Trent was just banging on a tambourine. All of a sudden, I'm like, oh no, what's happening? Is this the Stooges?
Oh no, put that shit down, Trent.
Yeah. I mean, he was in time.
Tell me he started hand clapping afterwards.
Actually, I thought that was weird. He encouraged the audience to hand clap, and I never feel like 9 Inch Nails is a hand clap along band.
Everybody on the 1 and 3.
Right.
Oh, he's getting old.
Yeah.
That Trent.
He sounded awesome.
I bet. And the sound of CFG is good too.
Yeah.
All right, let's scoot over to DCBA. Is it dash or minus 25?
It's minus 25, which is an LSD reference.
I love that.
Yep.
LSD. And the reference.
Yeah. DCBA, which is a chord progression. It is the chord progression. And the song also apparently stands for Don't Call Bandits Again. I don't know what that means.
Who calls bandits in the first place?
Yeah. Maybe that's like ¿Dónde están los ladrones? Where are the thieves?
Oh, no, that's a question.
That is a question.
This one's like, hey, we're having a good time. Please don't call the bandits.
But if you have not listened to that episode of this podcast, I think it's a pretty good episode of ours.
Oh, please go back.
Shakira.
It's fantastic.
I think it's episode 5.
Cinco. I'm so good at
You're
Espanol.
so diverse.
You know my favorite part of this song is?
What is your favorite part?
And not to diminish the rest of the song, but the intro with the picked bass tonality, it just keeps digging lower. The recording on that, for some reason, is like, I don't do like an MSR or whatever. Or ASMR. Like, I don't want to hear you chew tinfoil. However, I want to hear that bass sound over and over and over again. That's just the sound you make in every one of our ads.
What are you talking about? Those are our sponsors.
Yeah, exactly. What you guys don't see when our sponsors hit us up is often Dan has flown to remote parts of the world to join in because he's got a couple of really good vocal tricks he does, and they say, guys, I really want you to be part of these ads, and they always ask for Dan to make the mouth sounds, and so. That if you've ever wondered, I know we've gotten 1.5 million emails about this, but that's how that happens.
Yeah.
But that intro is so sick.
It is. And what's interesting, a couple things that are interesting about this to me is the song, kind of bangs along, but there's this descending, you talk about the bass like hook, so the song is just going along in 4, but then there's this bass hook that feels like the song is slowing down. But what really is happening is you have this pulse, boom, boom, boom. It's like 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, 1,
hot cup of tea, hot cup of tea. That's the reference from earlier.
Yep. So that's what they're doing as they're what's happening. And so it actually feels like the song slows down when they do it, but sometimes the bass is just doing it in the background as the band's
It feels like you've heard like a train, like an actual, not like a metro, but like a good chunking train going to the tracks.
A choo-choo.
And when there's so much mechanical stuff going on, you end up with these patterns because they're just repetitive going down the track, and you hear this, these little things just kind of pop out, and that's how it feels to me. It's grindy.
Yeah.
It has industrial tone to it, and I don't mean in your Trent Reznor way.
No.
But it's really kind of cool. It drives. And you end up with a chord progression that I think is superlative. One of the best.
DCBA?
Yes. On the album.
Yeah.
Well, they do some other stuff, though, which is
do.
super cool.
Yeah.
And once again, they're doing this, like, during the verses, you have an entire melody, but the melody is harmony.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Grace is singing one part. One of the guys is singing the other parts. And both are equally as important. And they're singing through the whole verse together.
Yeah.
You just don't hear that now. Ever. Everybody has an ego to them. They have to be the lead singer. This was not that. Like, it just feels like such a section the whole time moving through.
Yeah.
It's an incredibly tight band.
It is. And in tight as in they there, I have a note in here about like a strict tempo, even though the tempo does fluctuate. But what I mean by it is it's a strict tempo, but the band is fluctuating in tempo together.
It's the old saying. So Dan and I are Steely Dan fans,
Mhm.
and remember the quote about Steely Dan. You have to. What they did so well is they became perfect, and then were allowed to come back down and challenge looseness.
Yeah.
I would put Jefferson Airplane at this time in that boat, and they had so much less resources than Steely Dan did
Yeah.
when people were speaking about them that way.
And I'm not making any sort of statement for or against, recreational drugs, but I bet you if they're always sober, they would be like even better, because we watched them playing at Woodstock and they are like faded.
They're gutted.
They're
but
faded.
also but I also think they're listening to each other better.
Yeah.
I've been in both sides of that court personally.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, man. There's a reason people keep going in that court. Like, when you feel tied to people and everybody's kind of leveled, there's something to be said there.
Yeah, maybe if you're all together, because we did have a band member, Cheech, who thought he was better after imbibing, and he was the only one who thought that, but he was also the only one who was.
Well,
getting
that's
high.
the thing is
Yeah.
you're the only one. I mean,
Yeah.
our best nights, all three of us are pounding down high octane IPAs, and so like,
Except for one gig.
oh man, that shouldn't probably do that on gigs, but there's a conversation to be had about being on a. I think it's a plane thing. Is everybody sitting in the same level, right?
Yeah.
And so someone comes in after 10-hour workday, stressed as hell, and sits down at their instrument or stands up at their instrument and plays their thing straight up, versus the person who may have taken it easy, a good mood, a bad mood, mental. Like, this is the piece here.
Mm-hmm.
And I made a comment somewhat tongue-in-cheek earlier while we were watching the Woodstock footage, but I want to talk about it a little bit if you'll entertain it. I said, oh yeah, they could all hang out like this and get like absolutely LSD'd out of their minds on stage and listen to each other, because they all had to work, a few shifts, and they'd have their $28,000 house and be able to chill. Like,
Yeah.
they didn't worry. I
Right.
mean, there was other things to worry about. I guess they had to worry about like getting drafted to a war, but you could just go to band practice for hours on end with no ridicule
Yeah. Yeah.
and make this a 5-night-a-week thing and be fine. Nutrition was going to come. Love was going to come. You were stoked to be in that space back then. It was the communal was okay. We don't necessarily live in a world right now that works that way. When I was a child,
We're not really looking out for each other nowadays.
no. In fact, all we do is seek space.
Yeah.
And so it's tough. But when you look at the footage of Woodstock, which I thought was enlightening, and I've seen it before, I haven't sat around and watched all of available media, but when I do look at them, it's like they're not sitting there performing. They're looking internally about it. They're not performing for the gazillion people in front of them. They were in a circle looking at each other,
Yeah.
kind of, but they were feeling each other.
They're facing each other.
They were feeling each other. It
Yeah.
was super clear. And you're going to be tight playing like that too.
and even in
Replicating what you do on a Tuesday night.
yeah. And even in that footage, you can see that Grace is probably a little faded, but she cares enough because she's plugging her ears so she can at least harmonize.
I mean, she's plugging her ear because she can't freaking hear herself.
Right. Right. And so that's usually what you do is you plug one ear so you can hear yourself. And
Yeah.
yeah.
All I'm saying is there's something to be said about the level and a comfort level too. Take drugs out of the equation.
Yeah.
When you feel like you can have a meld with no trash, with no drama, you're just going to perform better.
I'm just always impressed at musicians who can play at that level that messed up. Like if you watch that footage, bass player, like he's a train wreck visually. Like you can see he's on some other planet or 3 other planets, but his bass is still coming in
No,
as
it
though
looks fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's the kicker. But I mean, different drugs for different folks. I
Well, see,
mean, I don't know how much you've indulged in all the arts, but some of them are really keen to this. And
Yeah.
the psychedelic realm was really good for I think putting together audio.
Yeah.
You know, I'll tell you what isn't alcohol.
No, it's
Shit drug for performance.
for most things, even though we are
the
enjoying
only,
an
the
IPA.
only thing alcohol can do is for me is eliminate anxiety. And after 2, I can never make the argument I've been a better anything.
We talked about a couple of beers, right?
Oh yeah.
We watched that, the
Yeah.
SNL ad.
Yeah.
Couple of beers with a little bump.
Couple of beers and our product, a little bump.
Yeah.
But they're not drinking beers up there. They're up. I mean, someone was on stage. There's a good shot of someone with a Budweiser in the face.
Well, I don't know if you ever saw the Woodstock footage of "Don't Eat the Brown Acid."
Oh no.
Yeah, there's a whole they go up on stage like "Don't eat the brown acid." It's yeah.
Oh
You
no.
gotta check that out. Yeah,
Oh yeah. Okay. I have so much to learn about Woodstock.
yeah, awesome.
We've rambled. Next.
How do you feel?
I feel like this is some hippie shit. That's
Yeah.
my first sentence. Song number 8. How do you feel? Another dwindling listen, which I disagree with. Just under 2.5 million.
You know how I feel when I'm done listening to this song?
How?
I feel good.
Oh, you don't like it at all, huh?
I do like it. I like this song.
Oh no, you feel
I
uplifted.
feel good. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I feel good.
That can be interpreted 2 ways.
Yeah.
They have I compared it to a Herbie Hancocker's Headhunter flute. In
Yeah.
this song.
Yeah.
It's like this very like baritone-y
Mhm.
flute thing going on.
It might just be the recorder again, but yeah,
That's a low recorder.
there's
No,
Yeah.
yeah, that's saying that's a low recorder.
Mhm.
Well, maybe that's what she's holding in the picture. That thing has like a clarinet bell on it.
yeah.
Okay, well that would make sense. But it's very like backbeat tambourine is running it. It's like
Tambourine I have is a question mark on this one.
yeah, but I mean that's the rhythm source.
Yeah.
Doing cha cha. It's like the hippie version of what Mumford and Sons did. Right? It is though. It's just a single percussive sound source, strummy guitar, layers of vocals, some communal sounding ambiguous flute. And I like it. It works.
I do too. I love, well, what I like is I said oohs, ahs, and bahs. Like there's harmonic slides where they are like sliding pitches together, which takes skill.
Yeah, this is like delicate chanting.
Yeah, it's not barbershop quartet type thing, but it's
No, they all move together. It's
Yeah.
so funny. This entire album, I've never ever heard, and I've listened to it 7 or 8 times now, a sharp or a flat note pop out that bugged me in analog recording in 67.
yeah, no Melodyne.
Crazy. Like really, really, really superlative musicianship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're
And this
very
is
good.
another example. It's another style. We have no repeats, by the way, on style in this album. I make a point every single episode to talk about how many songs sound like. We talked about Daddy Yankee last week, and I was
Mm-hmm.
like, and you were too. Unfortunately,
Song 11.
half this album, and don't get me wrong, that album, all but 2 or 3 songs were boom, chop, boom, chop, boom, chop, boom, soca, right? And though we could do a lot with the soca, here we made most popular thing we do is maybe 4 different tracks that have an English 4 drum beat, chaka chaka cha,
Yeah,
all different tracks.
yeah, yeah.
Every song here is so different, so exciting.
But it doesn't feel disjointed though.
No. It's consistent. It's a mood.
Mm-hmm. I don't get album arc or anything like that on this album at
No,
all.
I don't. There's no storytelling.
No, but I don't feel like there's a song on here that like, where's that coming from?
There's one, but in a good way.
I
The
know
next song.
Yeah, I know what you're gonna say. Well, you could say the next song or the song after that, technically, but
Sure, I'd be willing to go. No, see, I could put 10 in bed with a few others in a consistency of sound.
yes, because there's like this Phrygian harmonic minor type thing that goes throughout this, which is kind of the psychedelic. So we talked about psychedelic, And they're psychedelic, quote unquote, I'm air quoting, psychedelic solos, which usually has to do with a bit of like either harmonic minor
or harmonic major,
or harmonic
like
major.
Jerry Garcia, who we've not talked about enough on this album, who's all
Yeah.
over this thing, but he will do like
He is the spiritual.
well, precisely. Well, you get end up with a lot of Mixolydian and Garcia's playing,
Yeah.
which is major 3, minor 7,
Mhm.
and that flat 7 gives some character.
Yeah.
He also was profound when it came to using the substitution of the 3.
Mm-hmm.
He would do like an ascending major 3, descending minor 3, which is the opposite of a minor
So a harmonic minor.
harmonic minor. Yeah.
So your normal minor scale, otherwise known as Aeolian, so a major scale has a natural 3 and a natural 7, a major 7 and a major 3rd. An Aeolian scale has natural minor has a flattened 3rd and a flat 7. And then there's many flavors of minor scale, but to keep this not being a 4-hour episode, you have harmonic minor and melodic minor. Harmonic minor allows you to have a raised 7th, and a melodic minor has the raised 6. It's basically the easiest way there's more nuance to it, but I'm trying to get through this.
No, that's the right way to put it.
Yep. And so that harmonic minor sometimes can give you like this Middle Eastern feel.
Because of that such close relationship to the tonic.
Yep. And then, as we'll talk about later, you could potentially argue there's Phrygian, which will also give you that. Whether or not the song we'll talk about.
1 flat 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
Whether the song we talk about.
Think
is
Arabian Nights. Yeah.
Yeah. But this is great. And the song ends. They flex on this one, I think, because it has an a cappella ending.
Oh, it's so nice. And vocals are such a strong suit for this band.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't give enough. I mean, we talk about Grace a lot, and she's deserved of praise, but there's 2 male vocalists, sometimes 3.
Everybody sings.
The
basically.
gentlemen are very good in this
The
band.
gentlemen.
I mean, that's the only way I can put it. Like,
Yeah.
there's strong male vocals throughout, and I feel like they actually are. They choose them stylistically really well,
Yeah.
and everybody blends well.
Yeah. I'm sorry. 2 second. Do you know Craig Ferguson?
The comedian,
Yeah.
yeah,
Late night host for a while.
yeah.
I saw this clip of him interviewing, I believe it was Evangeline Lilly. And he's like, "Oh, you just had a baby." And she says, "I did." And I love the way he phrased it. He goes, "Did you have a lady baby or a gentleman baby?" And she just like went right in. She said, "I had a gentleman baby." I'm like, that is awesome. So when you said gentleman on this album, because I just saw that clip, like, that is
Always
awesome.
liked Craig Ferguson.
So the next person I know who has a baby, I'm going to ask. I'm going to have to ask
Did
it
you
that
have a
way.
lady baby or a gentleman baby? They them. Without love,
No, that was on the the girl who kicked a pigeon.
the girl who kicked the pigeon.
great.
Chaz.
Great book.
Did you have a lady baby or a gentleman baby or a Chaz?
Okay.
All right.
Awesome.
To each their own.
To
We
each
don't
their own.
judge. So scooch on to song number 9, which I do feel like is the one that is outstanding when
Mhm.
you go to an audio space.
And here's why, my friend, is that when the song was recorded and composed by Cal Cohen on this, and he recorded this as a part of a guitar workshop in Santa Clara, California. And it was only included on this album because the band was like, "Please put it on the album."
Okay, that explains why it's a little disjointed from the sound of the rest of the album.
Yeah. But it's
Not in a bad way.
it's awesome.
Oh, it's fantastic. So first of all, Embryonic Journey, sick name for a song.
Mm-hmm.
It is a solo guitar tune. I assume it's a solo guitar
Mm-hmm.
with a slathering of a ton of reverbish delay-ish stuff.
Reverb doesn't offend me on this one, though.
No. It works.
Mm-hmm.
And it's in open D tuning, we suspect. Daggab.
Daggab. Yep.
Right? DADGBD.
Yep.
Which it's funny, I wasn't so familiar with that tuning. I mean, I knew it existed. I was recording an album in here maybe 2 years ago with a guy named Levi. His album Alaska's Angels, or his band, and we recorded. He loved these alternate tunings. He had a few of them, but we did 1 or 2 tunes in Dab Gab. If you want to go listen to it, check out Alaska's Angels. Levi, I love you, buddy. And he runs a punk rock venue out of the county. They were doing hundreds of shows. It's really cool. But he hit me to that tuning and kind of how you can flowingly play over it because it's an open chord.
Yeah.
When you hit all 6 strings,
Yep.
you never have to really worry about your blocking. So everything you do within it, it's a drone. The same way you get a drone from, like a bagpipe, and then you're playing everything over the key of the drone.
And you can just use one finger
Yeah,
and play a whole bunch of other
sometimes,
chords.
And so what you hear here is much more than one finger style. You're hearing a lot of thirds, so at least 2 fingers. And then some pretty complex finger picking in the right hand as well, assuming the right-handed player. On a just gorgeous freight train of a song.
Yeah, and to me, I listened to this song and it reminded me of the song Hearts and Bones by Paul Simon, which obviously came out later. I think that's like 1983 is when that came out. Banger of a song, one of my favorite Paul Simon songs, hands down. But what I also like about this is there's a rawness when he uses like dynamics beautifully on this.
That's one of my big notes here. An awesomely dynamic song with dynamic moments.
Yeah, because he starts like basically banging on the strings. And
well, there's this one draw up thing.
Yeah. And I still get a little bit of the precision of Never Going Back Again by Fleetwood Mac. So I get some Lindsey Buckingham, like obviously Lindsey Buckingham. I think you mentioned this off mic that Fleetwood Mac like looked at this and said, we're going to do
They
this.
had to have, right?
Yeah.
If you look at the kit here, I feel like Jefferson Airplane was a prototype for Fleetwood Mac's perfection.
Yeah.
If you look at like picking patterns, harmony walls, they use all sorts of fun drum beats. They're good at sharing who's the front singer. Though they were a little more square about it.
Yeah.
I mean, but you can't ever poop on Fleetwood Mac's career.
No.
I'm listening to more of them than ever right now, mainly because my son's new favorite song, I always like to report on Jonas's favorite song, is Everywhere by Fleetwood Mac.
Great song.
Fantastic song. And so he asks for it every day, and you do that, and he forgets about it as he like, smears peanut butter in his face. And then like it just keeps rolling Fleetwood Mac. So I'm just listening to him all the time.
Yeah.
And I can't help but hear the parallels.
Yeah. And yeah, if you don't know the song I'm referring to, it's on Rumors, Never Going Back Again, because it's not one of the bangers on the album, but it's so good. Lindsey Buckingham is a phenomenal freaking guitar player.
Yeah, he's real good. If you want to hear our Rumors episode, just
Wait
hold
10
on
years.
hold on for about 11 years.
Yeah. One song, since you mentioned Jonas liking Fleetwood Mac, you should listen to the song Sarah. Do you know the song Sarah?
I know Sarah Smiles.
That's another good one. Yeah. What I love about Sarah is
Sarah by Fleetwood Mac?
yeah.
With or without an H?
SARA.
I have hard opinions on that. Okay.
Yeah. Well, what are your opinions?
I mean, they need to add an H.
I think I agree with you.
Yeah.
And I don't know why.
I don't know why either, but it upsets me.
Yeah, because Sarah with an H and without an H, it's not like Laura and like Lara. Like, but even though sometimes people who are LARA still come across as Laura, even though my sister-in-law is not, she's LARA.
Dan's walking this line
Yeah,
carefully as he stares me in the eye.
Yeah, but and she's not, right? Because it's a different name, but somehow Sarah and Sarah, the H is technically optional.
It
just looks weird.
It looks weird without it.
Yeah.
I need it rounded out, y'all.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And actually the way Stevie Nicks sings the song Sarah, there's an H like present.
Sarah.
Sarah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the reason I bring it up is what I love about that song, and we have got to move on, is that it takes so long before you know what the song is about. It's like Don't Stop Believing. No, Don't Stop Believing by Journey. They don't sing Don't Stop Believing until like 3 minutes and 47 seconds into that song.
Yeah. There's no first chorus.
Right.
By the way, love that.
Yeah.
I do a rendition of Boys of Summer, where I just skip the first chorus. It's such a better song.
Yeah.
And I'm already talking about a perfect song.
Yeah.
Boys of Summer standalone is a great song. For those who cover it, skip the first chorus and just put an interlude there playing the da-na-na again.
Yeah.
You will see that song is actually a better song.
Yeah. There's one last thing on back up to Embryonic Journey. Listen to this song. Love this song. Listen. There's another song that I feel like this is going to be obscure. This song called Midnight Express, which is played by Nuno Betancourt. It's a solo song.
The guy from Extreme?
Yes. But what
Rick Beato's Loveler?
well, it's a really cool song. That song's minor where this is major. But the reason it comes to mind is I feel like Nuno's got to be channeling like some of the bangy, twangy stuff that's happening in this song.
Here.
Because, yeah.
Yeah, I love finding a trendsetter, and
Yeah.
Lord knows this album's early enough to be one.
Yeah, so if Nuno did it, I feel like I think he's getting it from this song.
Good. If nothing else, to give permission.
Yeah.
Fantastic tune. Very worthy of its placement on the album. Picks it up right at the right time, because then you walk into
A bolero.
the iconic tune on the album, as some would call it, the trophy known as White Rabbit.
Yeah, this might be a top 10 or at least top 15 songs for me in my life.
White Rabbit for
Yes.
you, really?
Fucking love this song.
I love that for you.
Yeah.
It wouldn't make the cut for me like that, but man, my respect for this song is stellar.
Yeah. The reason, I mean, obviously I fell in love with this song, as I mentioned, when I was like 10 years old. So it hits me there. But then as I grew to like know this song better, I mean, the song is a continuous crescendo, right? That's where it's taking the bolero piece here. It's harmonically ambiguous. You could say it's F sharp Phrygian. You could say it's in the key of A. You could say it's in the key of A Mixolydian. Who cares?
You argued E. I argued G. There's
I
moments.
didn't even argue E. It's like
Suggested?
yeah, you could go there.
Will you read my notes on White Rabbit
Okay.
through your microphone live? Here you go.
Okay.
I promise.
Let's see
You can
here.
pull this off.
It's fucking White Rabbit. Rabbit. It's a sick minor rumba.
That's it.
I'll
That's the whole song.
fight you on rumba. It's
Well,
bolero.
It is Bolero.
Yeah.
But no, you're right. But that's it.
Yeah.
It speaks for itself. As you said, crescendo.
Yeah.
It's a vocal masterclass in storytelling.
Yeah. So I want to talk about that a little bit. So Grace Slick, I have goosebumps. What she does so well. We talked about like her vibrato in Somebody to Love, but in this song here, she is using these glissandos, which is like, sliding it.
Slides is the
slides
best
of
way
pitches.
to put it.
But then she also focuses on diphthongs and nasal consonants. So diphthongs are a single vowel that glides from one vowel position to another.
Give us an example.
Like the word ride.
I-E, yeah.
Yep. Or and then she also uses nasal consonants. So if you don't know what a nasal consonant is, it's or Eddie Vedder is known for nasal
yeah.
consonants, right?
Or who's the other guy from Metallica? Yeah.
Yeah. James Hetfield. Yeah.
Hetfield.
Yeah.
I love me some James Hetfield. Yeah.
Yeah. And so what she ends up doing is she uses these techniques, and there's like other things. She uses melisma, which is one syllable with two or more notes. So like, remember the feed your headline, feed your head, right? So that's a melisma. She's doing two pitches there. And the R covered vowel, which is an interesting, R colored, I should say, vowel, which can be sort of contained. So it's like the one pill makes you larger. And so she's doing these things and she's connecting these phrases by using all of these like technical things. It'd be great to have an actual vocalist who knows what they're talking about. I know what I'm talking about.
We could do a side piece on this. That would be a lot of fun because I'm positive there's a lot of trained singers who've analyzed this song.
Yeah. It's just so good. Consonant elongation. There's so many things. So like the one pill makes you larger and one pill. Now she's hanging on the L, which is like this.
The way you said that though reminds me of like Alanis Morissette.
Yeah.
Right? You know?
Yeah.
And not even a jagged little pill reference, but like she likes to hang on, in You Ought to Know. You know, like she just she like digs into things.
Yeah.
And so what you end up getting is a lot of the influence that she's obviously taken from this.
Yeah.
It's theatrical singing.
It is. And it's helping like this whole crescendo as she's doing this. Because eventually she's going from these like sweepy, swoopy, where she's connecting vowels and consonants through this. And it's all very, I'll say slidey is the best way to talk about it.
Yeah.
And
She's
then eventually
trying to be all over your mix.
And then she starts hitting these very hard, like vibrato notes. Once you get into
opera like.
Yeah, once you get to the feed your head part, and it's just like this escalation of amazingness.
This is the shame of us not being on videos.
Yeah.
Dan's excitement. When he starts gesturing like my wife, I know he's really into it.
Yeah, I'm not a hand talker, and my hands have been
you
going.
are right now.
Yeah.
Though. You are right now. And rightfully so. I mean, this song's epic for a reason. There's a reason that it screamed in Fear and Loathing, I want you to throw the toaster in the tub at the peak of White Rabbit.
Yeah. Oh, I want to rewind to one other reference here that I forgot to mention.
Hit me.
Embryonic Journey.
Okay.
If you don't think you know this song, watch the last episode of Friends.
Really?
That's how they walk out.
To Embryonic Journey by Jefferson Airplane?
They say, hey, let's go get some coffee. Chandler says, where? And they walk out, and it's Embryonic Journey is the song that's playing.
How about that?
How about that?
Better than the last episode of Seinfeld.
Most things are better than that. So anyway, I just went pretty hard on White Rabbit. I'd love to hear what you have to say about that other than...
No, you read my notes.
Okay.
I mean, well, look, White Rabbit is in its own terms a masterpiece of a song because of the crescendo, getting soft to loud, telling a song and letting it go. We don't have a modern piece of media that I can tell you has been splayed across, I don't know, whatever your iHeart station is that remotely represents that. It's time.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have it. When are we going to get rid of this song for them, kiddos?
Yeah.
I don't know. I can promise you that song exists in other forms out in the indie sphere, though.
Yeah.
We have this song again and again and very, very good versions of it sitting in our world. So trust me, if you're sitting around going, music's not like it used to be, I'm listening to this and remembering how good White Rabbit was, I'm remembering how good it was too. It's fantastic. I promise you, other bands are doing this really, really well. Also, you're just not going to catch it on, your local hot station.
Yeah, and if you want to listen to another bolero, then listen to Maurice Ravel's Bolero.
There you go. Bolero is a great call out, by the way. Yeah. I on the spot called it rumba, which it is not.
Yeah.
But it was fairly close. Okay. Last song on this album here, Plastic Fantastic Lover.
This is not about a sex toy.
You'd think, though.
Yeah.
One could dream.
Yeah.
One could cream. By the way, White Rabbit, 311 million listens. And then Plastic picks up a mere 5 million.
Which is unfortunate because I love this song.
Well, it's so funny. If you look at the whole album, and here's something that you and I can reverberate, pun intended, is there's a lot on the there's a lot to be said about age of the album and Spotify listens. There always is. So if you look at this very, very good album down the board, Somebody to Love, 310 million listens. White Rabbit, 311 million listens.
Right.
And Today is sneaking in with 50 million. Everything else is 10 and sub 10. And actually, frankly, everything else is pretty much 5 and sub 5. Coming back to me, Cops 10.
Yeah.
So I do think the purists out there are still listening to their vinyls, tapes, CDs.
Sure.
And this just hasn't gotten its digital respect.
Yeah, and that makes sense. And I even say, if you're gonna indulge in this album, I'll foreshadow, do it. It might take a minute because the soundscape is a little different. It's not poorly recorded. We talked about, you talked about the layering is very good.
It's a very good production.
But there's some heavy reverb. And then when you get to like Come Back to Me, that's a pretty sparse, like, you might want to, you might need to turn it up.
That's a preference thing, though.
Yeah, that's a preference thing.
That's not a production thing. That's
No.
a preference thing.
Yeah, that was a thing. But I'd recommend it. But I love the vibe here. And I already knew this song from the Woodstock recordings.
So I didn't. So Plastic Fantastic Lover, to me, I just feel funk. It's actually like the funky tune.
It's got a groove, yeah.
Like, and once again, we're now 11 songs in with no repeats of style. None.
Very different than Daddy Yankee, where it took 11 songs before they changed the rhythm.
Literally.
Mm-hmm.
And not crapping on that. That's a whole different idea. Here, you end up with 11 different ideas and 11 songs, and I'm really going to celebrate that.
Yeah.
I think that there is like immediately like a trippy guitar and then like this vocal almost rap style going on.
Yeah.
Poetry, I'm sure they call it then. And it's awesome.
Trapezoid thermometer taste.
There you go. Well, so I wrote a note I think you'd be on board with.
Okay.
And I think we could lobby to have this done. Ready? This would be a great Chili Peppers cover.
Oh, yeah. Yes, it would be.
Wouldn't they slay this?
Yes. And it would be about a sex toy if they did it, but
Oh,
yes.
no, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if there's not a song about fingering, I mean, it's not a Chili Peppers song.
Right.
But this, right? Listen, if you look at the construction of this song,
Yeah.
this is the Chili Peppers. It's
Yeah.
predicted in the way. And then this one does have the Watermelon Man, Law and Order, Beck Where It's At, type chordage. Mercy, Mercy.
Yep.
We talked about it earlier. This one really rides it.
Yeah. Yeah. Or it could be Hang On Sloopy if it was major.
Totally.
Yeah. But
But that's that progression, right?
yep. But apropos of today's time, this is a very dystopian view on technology.
How so?
I mean, literally this whole thing about like data rape, I think is a line.
Oh, yeah. That line?
Yeah.
I had to re-listen back to that 3 times to make sure they were saying date rape.
Yeah. No, it's data rape. It's about IBM. There's this whole like data control in IBM and TV program waste. Like these are all like lines that sort of come out of this.
No. It came when the media stuff popped in, and when I got a closer listen, I figured out
Yeah.
pretty quick. But
This is pretty dystopian, actually.
well, it's protesty, and I like that.
Yeah.
It was anti what we think's going to happen to our privacy,
Yeah.
which we're still having problems with today.
Yeah. And they didn't have AI yet.
No, not yet. Jesus. This, if you cap there, which the funny part is I didn't cap there. I listened up to 15
Yeah.
before the 2 mono cuts. Do you have any words to say about the last couple of tunes? Did you give them any listens?
I'll only,
Very briefly.
I'll only talk about Go to Her
Okay.
because there is a melodic part as they get into the Go to Her part that I thought reminded me melodically of the song Moonlight Drive by The Doors, which came out the same year.
Okay.
And so I'm like, oh, which one came out first? Who stole that phrasing?
Or like you found like a trope that was like hot at the time.
Yeah. I mean, because they're both like that West Coast sound.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And you mentioned the line cliche in the previous song, Riders on the Storm has it too.
Always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, doors were hot. I thought the JPP-MC Step B blues was actually one of the more dynamic and tasteful blues I've heard.
it is a really good blues, actually.
It's a fantastic blues. So notable there.
Mhm.
That Garcia?
I don't know. I didn't listen enough
You'd like to think.
because I needed to
Yeah.
yeah.
But those were the ones
Yeah.
for me. All right, would you hit it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd hit it like a fucking pinata, man. This is a great album.
I wish I bought this instead of the Flight Log album.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Daniel.
Actually, the Flight Log album is a good album, but this is what I was looking for
I'll tell you,
40 years
so
ago.
far, we're 35 episodes into our 500 episode journey ish.
Mhm. This would be 36.
I've
but-
been waiting for an album that made me go, yeah, like that's it. Like that's what thank you, List, for giving me something that I've really wanted to chew on. This might be the first one that's really excited. I've been like, that's actually a 500er.
And I can see that for you because this predates you. This is not an era that you spent much time
Not at
in.
all. Yeah. And listen, I listen to a lot of like 70s stuff, but it's almost always 73 and beyond where I'm like really familiar with an album.
Mm-hmm.
This one for me finally popped in. Did not no discredit to some of the other great albums we've heard. This one to me really feels like a trophy.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I'm thrilled to have listened to this at this level. I knew a lot of these songs already because mostly from the Woodstock footage, and the only album I own of theirs is the double album.
I love this for you.
Yeah.
No, this is such a fantastic piece of art. Listen to it.
Yeah.
If you haven't listened to this, listen to it. If you did, I've listened to it. Listen to it again.
I agree.
Man, great times with you as always, Daniel.
Mm-hmm.
What do we got next week?
Ha!
Is that what it's called?
We have Juvenile's album,
Juvenile.
400 Degrees.
400 million degrees.
Ha!
Ha! Oh, man. If you don't know, you about to. I got to revisit some of my childhood here.
That's right.
Well, I'm Carl Carter Fansteel.
I'm Dan Woodard.
We'll hear you next week on Backwards Beats Podcast.
That's true.
Ha!
That was a show about Jefferson Airplane's album, Surrealistic Pillow. Dan's so happy that Carl really likes this album.
I do. Backwards Beats Podcast is a Tuna-Wood production recorded live at Thought Shack Studios in Halethorpe, Maryland.
If you enjoyed the show, make sure to subscribe and leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
You can find us at Backwards Beats Podcast on most platforms.
Share the love, and we'll see you next week for another deep dive into the next album on Rolling Stone Magazine's Top 500 list. Until then, salt your melons.